Indian Prairie Public Library Board of Trustees.
I'm Jane Moss. I'm Darien District 61 Board of Education.
Ray Jablonski with Darien Park District, President of the Board of Commissioners.
Claire Bongiovanni, Darien Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you for all attending. Obviously, a lot of our members must be still be on vacation. They didn't respond to our emails regarding this meeting, but they are all on board for our town hall meeting, which will take place on September 24th. And our new location this year will be the Indian Prairie Library, who has graciously accepted the offer to host our next town hall meeting. It's going to be at 7, is it 7 p.m., Claire?
Mm-hmm.
7 p.m. we'll start. Will we do the Q&A beforehand? Will we do any kind of setup beforehand, like we did last year?
Well, we're going to do the tables, correct? Because I wasn't at the last meeting. We're going to do the tables.
Yes.
And then I thought that you were going to speak, and then if anyone had questions for any of the taxing bodies, at that point, they could ask any questions.
Okay. All right. And were we going to have, I was going to do a town hall presentation, a State of the City presentation, and were we going to have the members from, a representative from each one of the taxing bodies come up front? Or how did we decide?
I think because this room is a little bit smaller, I think that either if the audience has a question, they could just direct it to, you know, if we, do you have a cordless mic there? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can run with the cordless mic and they can answer the question.
Okay, that's good. So
Okay.
for the viewing audience, that's, yes.
At the last meeting, we noted that some of the entities may need to have their booths set up in the hallway because of the size of the room. And we're going to have a brief period from 7 to 7:30 for residents to visit the booths. Light refreshments will be served. Meeting will begin at 7:30 with Pledge of Allegiance and National Anthem. A brief state of the city will be presented. We had said 2-minute taxing body presentations will be given by a representative of each entity. There will not be a head table on stage. Each representative will come forward for their presentation and will remain to take immediate questions. And a final question and answer period will follow the presentations.
Hey, you took it right from our minutes.
There you go.
I thank you for doing that, Ray. But I think I jumped a little bit ahead. We haven't even approved the minutes of our last meeting, which is what Ray just read. So if I could have a motion to approve the minutes of May 5th, I'd appreciate that.
So moved.
Okay, motion made by Vicky Soriano and seconded by Claire. Okay. All in favor? Any additions or deletions to the minutes? They were very thorough. I have to say that. Okay, the minutes have been approved. Let's follow the agenda for a change. The district events. Would anyone like to identify what's going on at their taxing bodies? Do you want to go ahead, Vicki?
Sure. We are having a fundraiser on October 24th. It's called Dancing in the Spooky Stacks. And the event will feature the Neverly Brothers and a costume contest. Tickets in advance will be $20. That price will change to $30 3 weeks before the event and $40 at the door. We are looking for ideas or suggestions for themed gift baskets or donations for themed gift baskets, such as wine. Lunch with the mayor possibly might be one of those options.
Well, that's always a good one.
A winning auction item, I'm sure. But that is what we're planning right now. We're also going to be targeting a specific item. We're hoping for the fundraiser donation within the library. We're looking
Okay.
at something possibly in the youth area.
Okay, very good. That sounds like a fun, and the date on that was
October 24th.
Okay. Spook.
Dancing in the Spooky Stacks.
I
The
love.
Everly Brothers are, if you don't know them, they're a kind of a 50s act. They're playing off the Everly Brothers. And they have quite a following also. We had this happen. We did this with the Everly Brothers 2 years ago.
Yeah, in the parking
around
lot.
Halloween, and it was
Oh,
a huge success. So we're hoping to repeat.
very good. Sounds like fun.
Yeah, it should be fun.
Yeah, good. How good was the turnout when you did it the last time?
Oh my gosh, the second floor was full.
Good.
I mean, we had seating and they performed, we cleared out the second floor, and that was right after we did the renovations. So it's even changed a little more where it's a little more open, so we're hoping to have even more.
Very good. Good. Jane, anything going on at the school?
School starts the 31st, and lots of construction going on. If you've driven by any of the schools this summer, they are putting air conditioning in all 3 buildings this summer, and they are redoing all the bathrooms, and then there's a little bit additional work going on at Eisenhower.
Okay.
So-
All the campuses are going through this renovation?
Yes,
Wow.
right.
Very
And
good.
then Eisenhower is a little additional, but, I mean, new bathrooms throughout and air conditioning,
Wow.
so.
The schools have never been air conditioned?
No.
Wow.
No.
Oh, there's a teacher shaking her head, yeah.
After we retire.
Lots of fans.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks, Jane. Ray?
Darien Park District, Wednesday farmers markets will continue for several more weeks over at Westwood Park from 3 to 7, I believe. We have a concert in the park on August 22nd, sponsored by the Darien Chambers, from 7 to 8:30 over at Darien Community Park. And we will be mailing out our fall brochure next week. And I also wanted to give everybody an update. The Park District has been targeted with some vandalism over the last few months. So it started out with the light towers in the new parking lot by the community center. Someone had cut a power cable and luckily didn't hurt themselves, but still required some repairs. And then next, someone sealed up a storm sewer back in the new parking lot so that the parking lot wouldn't drain properly, which has been taken care of. And unfortunately, on the 4th of July, between 5 and 6, somebody burnt down 2 porta-johns and the storage building by the baseball field at Community Park, and it damaged the electrical controls and took out our lightning detection system. So we have had to move the completion of our softball leagues over to Ty Warner Park in Westmont, and the Westmont Park District's been very good to work with on that, so,
Holy cow.
yeah.
Now, you've been talking to the chief about this
yeah.
with, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the porta potties were at Community Park,
Right.
but the other ones were at Westwood.
Right. The porta potties, it was about 6 o'clock on the 4th of July. So we don't know if somebody decided to set off some fireworks and it just got out of hand or if it was intentional. But the police are working on that, as well as the 2 incidents we've had over at the community center.
And you've had cameras over there now, haven't you?
We have
you
cameras at
you've
the
installed
community
them?
center now. Unfortunately, the storm sewer is just out of the range of the camera. So we weren't able to see who did it, so.
That is very, very unfortunate to hear. Very, very unfortunate to hear what you're going through. Okay, Claire?
Okay. We are celebrating our 28th annual Darien Fest, September 11th, 12th, and 13th. We are having Darien's Got Talent, which is replacing Darien Idol and Battle of the Bands, to give the kids more of an opportunity to come up and bring up additional musicians or dancers with them. And we're having our 3rd annual pet parade on Sunday, the 13th as well. We are hosting a health and wellness fair at Chuck's Southern Comforts Cafe on October 28th. We are having a What Women's Want mini expo on October 20th at the Wild Orchid Salon. And November 14th, our 2nd annual Dancing with the Chamber Stars at Ashton Place.
And I'm not dancing this year. Who's dancing? Who is dancing this year?
Tina Belkey
Tina
is
Belkey?
representing the city of Darien. Joe Marquez is representing the Lions Club. Kathy Marquez is representing the Park District. Rosa Anderson's son, Eddie Anderson, is representing Hinsdale South High School. Trying to think who else we have. I don't have the list in front of me. My son is representing the chamber. And we have 10 dancers altogether.
Excellent.
Oh,
Fun.
Kim from Wild Orchid, Kim Gilmore from Wild Orchid. So everybody's getting excited. We have a new chamber member, but it's Tom's wife for her business. Janice Pappas is representing Monarch Accounting, so it should be a fun event again.
Did any of you attend the last one, the first one? It was a blast.
It was at my
Even though
national.
I thought, after I said yes, I thought, what have I got myself into now? And
She was like Cinderella on the dance floor.
it turned out to be great. It great fun. It really was. It was great fun. So if you ever get the chance, and there's a few of you could get in there and do that. Yeah, absolutely.
It's the week of my national. I'd have to change the week. Don't change the week, Clark.
Vicky chose dogs.
Dogs, yes,
Yes,
sorry.
in your other life. Good. Thank you for all that information. It'll be on this televised, and then also each one of you puts all of this information on your own personal websites. And you know you can use our Direct Connect to advertise your events too, if you'd like, if you would like to do that. Okay, now the big issue tonight is the September 24th town hall. Okay, Ray, I described everything that we talked about at the last meeting. Are we in agreement that that's the way we want to do it now? That's what we talked about last time, but is that how we want to do it this time? And I see that there's late refreshments that are identified on here. And how are those coming about? Do we know? Did we make any, we didn't,
I don't think we talked about
no, I don't think we decided how those,
it. They're actually
who
going
was
to-
supplying them and how they were going to get there. Okay. Wow.
Well, we never had refreshments before, so how did
Well,
that come up?
I know, that's something I think that we
Yeah.
might not want to get into, because that's going to be a burden for you or for the city to get them there. We didn't do it before. Last year, because we had it at Chuck's, we had the bar open
Inside the room. where
inside the room.
At Carriage Greens, I think the bar was open inside the room too.
At Carriage Greens?
Or did it-
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there is limited space in those hallways outside the meeting room. I mean, if we're going to have to put taxing bodies outside for displays, you know, we've only got the narrow hall, it's like a T, you know, almost, really. I'm wondering how much room we're going to have for light refreshments, and if we do have people who want, how are we going to move them then into the meeting room?
Well, and
with
the other
what-
issue is that we have patrons. The library's going to be open.
Correct.
So,
Yeah, I think, I have a feeling we better cross this one off. We better not consider
right, 'cause I mean-
refreshments.
right.
Because the kitchen is there, I mean, we do have the kitchen available to us, but
Well, the
It's
only
in,
thing
it's in
is
the
we-
room. It's in the room.
the room,
The only thing is, we've never done it before. If we start it now, then, and we don't do it next year, people are gonna expect.
Correct.
So I think,
Yeah.
I mean, if, for the speakers, or, I mean, if you want a couple pictures of ice water or something on one of the counters in the back,
up on the dais, I think that's fine.
you know.
Can the library handle that?
Oh, sure.
Oh, okay. All right. That might be a wise idea.
I have a question. Are you providing the tables?
We
I'm
can.
sure we can.
Okay,
We have
so
plenty of
your tables are smaller, aren't they, like a little 6 foot? So I think we're not gonna have a table, we'll just kind of direct everything,
Okay.
So I think the more tables we can get in the room, the better off we're gonna be, to get everyone into the room versus having some out, some in.
Okay.
So
Right,
if we use your tables, we
Oh,
could
yes.
probably get everybody in the room, right? Those small.
Well, I guess it depends, exactly how many taxing bodies are we talking about? That's what we need to
Including
know.
you,
Right.
including you, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
10? What we can do is we can measure, you know,
Yeah,
Vicki and I can go one day and talk to the people who set up and see about, I guess,
setting
but
them
that's
on the
what we know.
perimeter, like, kind of like what we did with Carriage Greens, maybe?
Yeah, and for the job fair, when we had the job fair by you, that's what we did. We just
Mhm.
Do
did,
it on the perimeter?
yeah, we,
Okay,
yeah.
so you need 10 taxing body
Tables.
tables and the podium and a mic.
Yes.
Are you gonna do a PowerPoint?
want a PowerPoint? I mean, would they have it?
You've got,
It's
you've got,
fine.
you've
We've
got
got the
the,
capability.
you've got the capability, right?
Certainly.
Okay,
With our tech guy would just have to know
yes, okay.
interface with.
I hadn't even given any thought. I've been on vacation too.
I mean, you have
But
to
yes,
figure
I've got some time to think about this. Probably, more than likely, we should have something, but I'm not gonna make a statement that we will have anything at this point. So I'll have to stay in touch with you guys. Okay.
PowerPoint question mark.
Okay. So we're not gonna have a table up front. We're just gonna have the podium that you have. You have a podium that's, I'm
Standing.
familiar with that.
You also have a cordless mic, too.
Yep.
So since you have the cordless mic, if you don't need somewhere to put papers, you know what I'm saying, we can, if we don't need that, we can move that out to make more room.
Well, the podium has, you can set
Yeah, if
papers
you-
there.
Yeah, if you didn't
Yeah.
need papers.
Yeah, well,
But it
I
doesn't
would,
take a lot of, it's not a big footprint anyway, the podium.
it's just
so
a-
it's
yeah.
not a big deal.
See one in here.
So what are you talking about when you say papers, a lot of papers?
Well, you know, like, okay, if you have the cordless mic on, instead of holding a mic, and you didn't need the podium, you could just walk while you're talking.
Oh, I see what you mean.
But
Oh,
if you need the podium because you're gonna be, you know, reading off papers, or if you have the PowerPoint and you're reading off the, you know what I'm saying, you're just kinda talking about what's going on up there, then you wouldn't need the podium because you
Okay.
have the cordless mic.
okay.
But you think about what you want.
I know, we probably, we still, obviously, we still have the PowerPoint from the last time.
You probably wanna
it-
update that.
yeah,
'cause so much
yes.
happened.
Oh, we have to update it, and I'll decide what we're gonna do on that, okay? So I'll just have to be in touch with you as to what my needs will be. Okay, all right, stated, okay. All right, so what I'll do is, after I'm done with the State of the City, what order, we haven't decided what order we're gonna do. We'll call them up, the taxing bodies up. Should I call?
We'll just make a list, and that way you know who to call up.
Okay. All righty.
It probably would be helpful too, to let everybody know the order so that they're there,
Yeah,
so they're not,
yeah, we'll get the
you know
list
what I mean,
out ahead
just,
of time.
you know what I'm saying, just for flow.
So at that point, when she calls the taxing bodies up, is that when the audience has the opportunity to ask the questions at that point? Is that how you're gonna do it? So let's say she introduces Ray, Ray's up there saying what he has to say, and then he, you know, anybody have any questions for Ray? Yes or no? Ray's done, then the library goes up, and
That
so
was-
on and so
That
forth.
was what we had talked
Is that
about.
what you, okay, perfect.
I would rather do it that way, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Well, as long as one taxing body doesn't get bogged down, and, but,
I don't think there's
If anybody,
anything.
would be the city, probably.
Yeah,
Maybe you.
Last year it was the chamber with all the
last year,
questions.
and it was ash trees last year,
Yeah, mm-hmm,
and 175th Street gonna get done.
yeah. And there's a couple questions from Farmingdale
well,
Ridge.
and if things start to, drag a little bit with questions, you can just, always say, hold your question, you can always go back.
Yeah.
Back
know,
to somebody at the end, if you
in-
need to.
Absolutely. I think that the individuals that have spoken should linger, not stand right up front, but linger close to the front in case they are asked again. Are we going to do are we going to receive questions beforehand? How did we do it last time?
They were supposed to register online at the chamber and submit questions.
Now, do you have that all ready to go again?
I can set it up.
Okay.
But we need to tell the community to submit the questions. I think Mary needs to get it in the Direct Connect now.
Okay.
To do the invite and submit questions by, September 20th.
So will you allow questions from the floor at the end?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Just, and then the other thing I was thinking as far as setup, should each taxing body bring you know what I mean,
A placard with their name on it
placard or something, whatever they want to bring?
to identify their
Or
table?
Their table? I mean,
You
obviously
can put
they
my
have to.
property tax bill up again like we did last year.
You know what I'm getting at? How are we gonna,
So we
Some
identify
sort
each
of,
table.
What do you mean? Each taxing body brands their table, they bring all of their stuff.
yes.
And ahead of time,
We
we'll just
better make sure
assign.
that they all know
I think
that.
we did a floor plan last year, we just assigned and we put like name, like just all the taxing bodies' names on the table, so when they got there, they knew what to do, you know, where they were.
Table, right.
So we'll do the same thing again.
You know what I'm getting at, just in case some taxing body, the board may be new, or maybe weren't involved in it last year, and just so that they know that they can bring things to.
I think we already have
Publicity.
like a template explaining all that. I think I might have it kind of explaining the directions and what time to be there and bring everything to brand, you know, your organization. I think we have that already. I'll have to
Did
find
you,
it.
okay.
I think,
But that
You're
would
gonna send that
definitely
out
help,
email?
'cause some of
Yeah,
these
yeah, well,
boards
yeah.
that might
Maybe
be,
if you had, I'm sorry,
No.
maybe if you had a picture or two from one of the last years that might show the tables, maybe somebody could just see.
yeah, I know, I have pictures. I'm sure they were on Facebook somewhere.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we have to get the instruction, and obviously, because a lot of people aren't here, we're going to have to get the instructions to them as to exactly what to do and where their tables will be.
Okay.
Can I ask
Well,
a question?
yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is each taxing body doing like a little mini presentation before their question and answer? I mean, by mini presentation, I mean very short. 2
Well,
minutes?
Well, first of all, for the half hour before speakers start,
Okay,
the tables will be available for residents to go to
okay.
ask questions. And so that's where, is that what you mean?
That, or when you were talking about the podium, is that just you speaking, or are the individual?
Individuals, a representative from each taxing body is going to speak after I give a state of the city. Yeah. So,
Just about what's going on in,
yes, and hopefully we'll have questions ahead of time, so you'll be able to
form
focus
it
your.
that way? Okay,
your
and
focus
about
your-
how long is this?
We're trying to keep it to 2 minutes for each
Okay,
one of the taxing
okay,
bodies.
I missed that, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
And we'll send out the list ahead of time, the order that you're gonna go in,
Okay. I don't know if it'll be me or somebody else.
whoever.
Yeah.
Okay,
Who's
thank you.
who's the president this year?
Janine Kiewit.
So usually the president is the one that will do the speaking. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay. All right, so we still have, all right, how, do we want to, all right, here, refreshments are gone, okay. We're going to have, 7 o'clock will be an opportunity for residents to visit any one of the tables. 7:30, we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance and National Anthem. I'll do, how long do you want me to speak on the state of the city?
20 minutes?
You think so?
What did you say?
20 minutes.
20 minutes? That's a lot, don't you think?
Well,
probably might
the
have
first
about
time I went on and on and on, but I had a PowerPoint to work with, you know,
Right.
so.
You know, I mean, I think I would pick 3 key things that you think are of interest, and then go to questions and Q&A.
Mhm.
I mean, I think that, I mean, obviously the corner is beautiful. I mean, I think that's, you know, something that, you know, it's a great completion.
That's gonna be the big question, because my phone rings every day. You know, what kind of stores are going in there? What kind of store? I don't know, what kind of store? Everybody's excited, they wanna know what's happening with the corner.
I know, and we haven't got anybody signed on the dotted line yet. Okay, so that, for me personally, that's a disappointment too, but, you know, it's just,
Takes time.
it takes time. It just takes time, so.
But you know that's gonna be one thing that comes up right away, so I mean, prepare for that.
That's gonna be a big one. I suspect that's gonna be a real big one. So,
But,
okay, I'll just play it by ear. I think if I do create a PowerPoint, that will guide me as to how long I'm gonna speak. And then I will start introducing taxing bodies to, okay. And the representatives don't have to speak for 2 minutes if they don't want to, but,
I also thought it was helpful, didn't the chief, the first meeting when we were at Carriage Greens, speak? Or am I mistaken?
no, when we had all those robberies, he did his own presentation. Yeah, he did, he had a
Okay.
town hall meeting when we had all those
Okay.
home burglaries. We caught the guy, by the way, did you know
Yes,
that?
yeah.
Yeah. We've also had a rash of burglaries to motor vehicles, and they caught the guy.
they
and-
caught the Speedway, is that in
Yeah,
Darien?
wasn't that interesting? I tell you, our police department is just, I'm just very proud of them and what they're accomplishing. Our Speedway was robbed. And we learned by talking, because our police department is communicating with other police departments, they learned that other towns, Naperville and Warrenville, I believe, were the other towns that were hit with a similar MO. And so they all put their information together, and they identified a person of interest, and they put him under surveillance and actually caught him in the act of robbing, I think he was robbing a 7-Eleven. Yeah. Yeah. So it's that we can knock off at least 4 of those robberies with this guy. But now the guy and he's the guy that's doing all the burglaries to motor vehicles, lives in an unincorporated area not too far from here. So it's like, you got to be kidding me. But we don't know how many, they caught him in the act too. So infrared glasses, the whole bit, just watching him. We don't know how many of the motor vehicle burglaries we're going to be able to knock off, but we're pretty sure it's going to be a good amount. So
If that's an issue in the community, which it has, been, is the chief going to attend this town?
I will certainly, yes, he will be there.
'Cause I think that may be an issue you may want to
Yes.
hand over to him.
Oh,
I don't know.
without
I mean,
without a
I'm
doubt.
just saying, if that question comes up, you may feel that he might want.
Well,
to
and
do
you
that.
know,
I guess that's
yeah.
where I was leading, because I know that they did, based on, those meetings that even he had, they did ultimately, and I don't think everyone knows that that person was caught, that was doing those robberies.
Well, and we've advertised it, and there's, it is all over the place. But it's people have to avail themselves of it. But what someone said to me, oh gosh, are you trying to scare people by getting this information out? And it's absolutely the opposite.
No.
We want people to know, to be aware. I mean, what did the chief say last night? 30 of the burglaries to motor vehicles were for unlocked cars. So we got to, people, he's got a campaign going on. Lock your cars. Don't let anything sitting in view inside your car. So I think it's, it's awareness to people. We've lived in an idyllic community for a very, very long time. We've been very, very lucky. But things are around us that are affecting us. And so we have to be aware.
Right.
So I think it's wise for us to make sure everybody knows what's going on in the community. Okay, what else? Is there anything else that we're missing here on this? Okay, so there's a lot of stuff, Claire, that's falling on your shoulders here to assemble.
Well, I'll get with Mary and make sure that when she sends it out, I have the registration open. The other thing that we had talked about was making 2 big posters, and maybe we can keep one at the library and then keep one here at City Hall and then bring it to Darien Fest. We'll promote this at Darien Fest, while we're there throughout the weekend. And, just get it in all the papers and if you guys, can you send out a newsletter? Can everybody put it like in their newsletter?
I don't know
Does
if we're
everybody
finishing,
should
what
have the
Claire,
flyer.
you need to talk, I know they're working on the newsletter and finishing it,
Okay.
so you need to get a hold of
Mary
Mary
Ann.
Ann
Okay.
or Jamie tomorrow, or certainly no later than tomorrow's Wednesday, Thursday.
Okay.
Because I had a meeting with Jamie yesterday, and I know that they were working on that newsletter.
When did our neighbors go
But I
out?
don't remember when it actually is mailed out, if it'll be in their hands soon enough.
But you have a website.
But we have our website, and we've got the rolling
Everybody
screen.
can add it to their
Yeah, and Jane, make
events.
sure it's added to your
Yeah.
screen, the
And then,
schools.
As far as the big poster, remember we had that issue with that in the past, just because of space in the lobby. So I know we'll add it to our screens, and we can add signage smaller to our
Like
boards.
this, like
Yes.
this. Okay.
Yes.
So everyone should have received this because I was waiting for approval on all the logos.
Mhm.
Did you guys get this?
I think I saw it.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so we're the ones that did the poster the last time, aren't we?
Yeah.
Aren't we the ones that
Yeah,
did it, the school,
yeah.
the city?
So are you saying you don't want one? You'd
I
rather
think
have
we
little?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
we need things like that,
Okay.
that size, because there's just so much, and that lobby's not that big.
Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
I'll check. I'm having a meeting on Friday morning. I'll let you know for
Okay.
sure, but
Because, yeah, as long as we're going to make up one for City Hall, we can make it up. Where else could we put it?
I'll check with Stephanie tomorrow if we can
See if
put it
you-
up in community center.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm wondering too, maybe, maybe, can you put this on the bulletin, just put this on
Sure.
the, everybody just, if we just leave it this size and everybody put it at, like in the window or whatever?
We could put one at each of our
Yeah, maybe it's
buildings.
better that way.
the
It's
cost
more
is.
visible. We don't need the big one, unless you want one here.
I'll find out how much it cost us last time
Okay.
to see, because with all those different logos, that, I'm sure the expense goes way up with that.
Yeah, I showed Paul, because we still have the original one, and I took him and showed it to him. So I don't, Paul Nusko.
Yeah,
I
Nozak,
showed
yeah.
it to him. I don't know if we wanted that big this time, because that thing was gigantic.
Okay. It was?
Yeah, it's upstairs.
Okay.
I could show you.
I'll come upstairs and look with you.
Okay.
Would it be a benefit? I don't know if we get enough foot traffic here at City Hall. Do you think we get enough foot traffic to merit putting up that sign?
Most of the people who are coming to pay their bills are getting garage sale permits or contractors, so there's not really a lot of foot.
I didn't
traffic.
think so.
You guys have more
We
foot
have
traffic in the
probably
park
the-
district.
Yeah.
That's right. See if you
Yeah.
could put up a bigger sign, and we can adjust the size of the
The
sign.
ones that before were, it was just so big.
was
Right.
for-
big.
It
Yeah.
was too big.
And see if they'll let you put up a sign and tell it, and let us know how big
Okay,
it would be. On a pedestal,
okay.
right?
On an easel.
on an easel, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and a smaller size one. Yours location is the better one to put it up. Okay, so everyone has to,
Back-to-school packets might be, they get so much stuff.
Maybe overwhelming.
Yeah, forget it.
But we
enough
could-
flyers to pass out to the kids?
Well, you
It's not-
could.
Almost everything is online now.
Yeah, everything
They
they do
almost
is
give
electronically.
send
That's a
But
nothing
great
everything's
idea.
done online, yeah.
So I can send it to all this, what I do, like for Darien Dash, is I send it to all the superintendent's office, and then they're the ones who add it to the, so that can go, when is anybody there yet at schools?
They are now. The
They are?
secretary started
Okay.
this week.
I'll talk to
Well,
them.
the high schools start 17th.
Classes, yeah.
and I
2 weeks.
think- yeah,
A week and a half.
I think freshman orientation's like August 12th or something, too.
I know my children are in mourning. All my children are teachers.
Now, and you contact all the school districts, obviously. I'm just trying to think.
Yeah,
How many
because
school
I
districts
have all the email addresses from Darien Dash, so I have all the superintendents, and then the secretaries are the ones that, I'll get a reply back, yes, this is approved, we'll do it for you. So I'll just email it to the same people, and it's ready to go. In fact, I sent it, to, like Tom Arnold and Bob Carlo, I've already sent this. I mean, I didn't get very many responses. I'm sure everybody's gone, so now that it's getting closer, should I wait a week?
Should we make a bunch of copies of this and hand it to each one of the taxing bodies and say, put this up in your schools?
No, because when I do Darien Dash, I just email it to them, and
They make copies of it?
Yeah. And they
Okay.
just, well, if they send it, the best way to do it is send it to the parents electronically. Get it in their newsletter, that's where you're gonna get more, and get it in the Patch and, Suburban Life and Facebook and
Okay,
Well, that makes sense.
Twitter, you got Twitter. you
we
guys have
got that now.
Twitter,
I don't
all the social
have
media.
a Twitter account, so I have no clue what that is. Hey, I just got Facebook. Don't give me a break.
Okay, so everybody can put it on their social media.
Okay. All right. And are we missing anything? And do we need to get together the day before or at the library to see the setup?
I don't think so, not this time.
I think we've run
Yeah, we're good.
run enough with it.
As long as everybody has their instructions and they know what to do, that's, and then, Do you have carts or anything, like for the people to take the elevator? Like, is there any type of cart if anybody needs any help schlepping stuff up? Or maybe we can get volunteers to help them?
There are some, we do have some like book carts.
Yeah.
Maybe we just need to gather some volunteers too, because they're gonna be coming in the front door, you know, and bringing the stuff upstairs. I don't know how much stuff people have, but should we get like some volunteers? Maybe I can get some from the chamber just to help until everybody gets set up, just for that setup time.
That might be nice. I don't know how many volunteers we would have at that time of day in the library.
Well, I'll try to get some
Yeah.
from the chamber.
Okay.
Right, and since some of us won't be presenting, we can kind of assist.
Be the volunteers.
Right.
If there's two or, if there's two people from each, you really only need one, so the other person can kind of,
So 6:30 is setup time.
Well, they should be set up by 6:30. I'll have to go back and find that email. I think they should be set up by 6:30, because people come early, especially the older folks, they're right on time. So by 6:30, everybody should be set up and ready to go.
so it's helpful to say, it's like between 6 and 6:30 would be set up. I mean, just for the library standpoint of knowing
Correct.
when people would arrive, when we should open the door, we don't want to leave things unattended.
Well, I'll be there. I'll be upstairs the whole time, kind of, you know, directing traffic and helping as well. But I think we just need to have everybody set up by 6:30.
And let's get the dimensions of the tables, Claire.
Yes.
So people who are bringing things to exhibit know that it's not the same 10,
Right, it's not an 8-foot table.
right.
We could almost even take a picture of the table and attach it so they see it's a little bit smaller.
Your dimensions should be able
Yeah,
to.
okay. And
You
I'll-
you can get that, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, you'll get the dimensions.
So am I working with Mary Ann with the layout, or?
Probably Laura and Mary Ann,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, so we need that.
Laura would be more
And-
with the building.
Yeah,
the
Laura's
tables.
more with the tables and the
Tables.
building setup,
Okay,
I would
Chairs
think,
and-
yeah. Because she would have that staff.
okay.
And
Got
I'll let
everything?
Laura know.
Am I missing anything?
Nope, I think we're good.
Okay. Okay,
Wait, I have a question. How is parking gonna be?
We're gonna have to check and see. Hopefully there's not much else. We have the meeting room, so.
Is anything going on at well, they can park across the street at the
Community Park.
community park, and then there's Hinsdale South if there's nothing going on at night, and then there's that extra little, the old,
Should we tell people that in Direct Connect so they're aware? Or are people just gonna know to go park?
I mean,
wherever?
there's-
most people in Darien know. though.
Most people know that overflow, but I mean, obviously,
You can mention it.
you can mention it. There's only so much parking. So the patrons will be there, plus,
and that one community park lot is right across the street from the library.
correct.
Oh, that's really small. 14 and 12, I think, one handicap, because for Darien Fest, I know that by heart.
So you're suggesting the high school?
But do we need to get permission from the high school? or
Well, based on
people-
attendance from last year, we may not. Hopefully it's more.
What's that?
Attendance, I'm saying.
Yeah, the first year was a great attendance, and then last year was not so hot.
Correct.
Well, the room was
You know-
so spacious, I think we lost a feeling of how big the crowd was.
You know what we might do, Claire, is ask the exhibitors to park across the street.
Drop off their stuff and park across the street?
Right.
Providing do you have soccer, like, at that time, or anything in the evening? No? Okay. Okay.
Oh, that's a very good idea. Exhibitors park across the street. Yeah,
And that way,
there's an,
you know, patrons and people who are coming to the town hall meeting, hopefully will have a fairer chance at,
parking on
Parking
the
in the
lot,
library
on the
lot.
premises.
Okay, so they can drop off their things and
Mhm.
then go park across the street?
correct.
Okay.
And that should take care of most of our vehicles then, with 18 and 13, right?
There'll be plenty of, providing you don't have an event going on.
I'll verify that with Stephanie tomorrow, but I believe when I looked at our field usage sheet for the fall, I don't think we're setting the soccer field up at Community Park.
All right, do you think we're missing anything?
You're not looking for this to go past 9, correct?
Gosh, how much time have we done it in the past?
What time do you close?
9. It's not a problem, but we just need to know with our security staff
If they stay.
that they would stay, just so that they are aware it may go a little over.
And they secure the first floor.
And they
To let
lock up
people in and
behind.
out.
But, the library will close, but they don't necessarily need to. The patrons all leave. I mean, everything shuts down as far as checkout.
Yeah, this concludes our event.
Well, they'll hear the order of business will be that there are announcements, 10 minutes before the library closes, the library will be closing in 10 minutes. It's 9:50, the library will be closing in 10 minutes. And then there's another one at 5 minutes too, correct? And then,
I think you need to make your security people aware that this may run longer than 9 o'clock.
Right, so I mean, nothing will be checked out after 9,
Correct.
and the library is basically closed, but the event can continue past 9. It's just that we need to make sure that our
Yes.
staff,
can leave.
Yeah.
And then we'll keep our security person there.
Okay.
and then I'll lock up behind the library.
Okay.
Very good. Okay. Thank you very much. I don't think we need to set another meeting at this point. Do you? Going into, I think our focus is all on this.
I think I'm okay.
We usually had a wrap-up meeting right after.
You want to schedule it?
And it's always got to be the first Tuesday of every month.
So October 6th?
It would be the
It would
first
really be
Tuesday.
fresh in everybody's mind if we did that. Okay, let's schedule that. That's the next DCIC
Okay.
meeting. Okay, very good. All right. So with that, if there's nothing further that anybody can think about, I think I'll ask for a motion to adjourn. And would anybody like to leave? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Okay, Claire and Ray, and we're all in favor?
Aye.
I thank you for coming.
I had a hard, hard-boiled egg.